You don't want to go any further. It's dangerous. My friends are all dead. They were all murdered by people that look like this. I have been chosen.
Oh, shit! There's more than 14. Those bastards are breeding.
It's been a common criticism of the Wii. There just aren't enough games for the so-called hardcore gamers, right? But what that cliched phrase really means, and the shortage it's really pointing out, is in regard to mature games. And though there are certainly few, one of the common rebuttals of Wii owners has been No More Heroes, the unconventional brain fruit of the unconventional developer Suda51. On a platform with so few mature games of such a high caliber, Suda's work stands out like a blood-drenched butcher standing in the middle of a convent. But if you think No More Heroes stands out, wait till you play this. This is Killer 7, and as unconventional as Suda's work has been on the Wii, this unhinged exercise in excessive impiety makes it look tame. If you've never played Killer 7, I can assure you, you've never played anything quite like it. In fact, it's really difficult to ascribe Killer 7 to any existing genre. As crazy as it sounds, it's like an on-rails first-person shooter in third person. The bottom line is, Killer 7 is a complete deconstruction of gaming conventions, and you'll either be captivated by how different it is, or turned off by it. And plenty are the themes which pulse through Killer 7 as well, ranging from violence and terrorism to murder and psychosis. And the game's story, an irreverent tale that either thrills or disturbs at every turn, often spills those themes across the game's proverbial torso. Like blood pouring from a wound, Killer 7's gruesome concerto gushes from the screen with enough unsettling imagery to cause even the most hardened gamer to pause for a breather. Not to mention a moment of sanity. Obviously, this is not a game for kids. If a rating on the box has ever been an adequate representation of a game's themes, plot, and gameplay, this is it. Killer 7 tells the strange tale of the Heaven Smile, a terrorist organization with inhuman ambitions. Literally. You kinda play the game as Harlan Smith, an old man bound to a wheelchair, but see, Harlan is a bit of a schizoid. In fact, he has 7 alternate personalities he can physically conjure with his mind. And that's where you come in. You play as Smith's 7 imaginary killers, each of whom has a unique set of skills and a psychotic personality. Playing as the Killer 7, you're tasked with killing the Heaven Smile. And you do that by running through the game's environments in third person, shooting at enemies in first person, and solving some really bizarre puzzles. And strange as that may sound conceptually, it's even stranger in execution. You see, your character is basically on rails. You move through the environment by holding down the A button, and your character moves on a fixed path. To kill enemies, you have to stop and bring up a first-person view, but it gets even weirder from there. You see, the Heaven Smile are actually invisible, so you need to scan the environment first to locate them, at which point you find they're already lumbering toward you. It's really unsettling, to say the least, and your objectives are perhaps even more so. Your goal is to shoot the critical spot for an instant kill, and after their corpses burst into a disturbing explosion of blood, you collect that blood, which you'll use to heal and level up each of your assassins. It sounds totally insane, and really, that's because it is. And unlike No More Heroes, which, while vulgar and irreverent, was at least playful and had a sense of humor, Suda took a very different approach with Killer 7. This game is perhaps even more vulgar and irreverent, but it takes a much more disturbing tone. And it's a thrill ride only those looking for something different and willing to grapple with an inventive yet clunky control scheme should take. This psychological thriller doesn't go for laughs, it goes for the throat. It makes you twist in your chair, immersing you in a surreal world that keeps you guessing not only about its story, but about what the hell is going on in Killer 7.
But our other 9 children were killed by you. What do you want from us? Is it so bad that we have a purpose in life?